Unified communication creates a great power, which requires God's management. The Gibeonite deception, the power of a unified story. Joshua 9:2, 4-6, 15. They met together with one purpose, to fight with Joshua and with Israel. We have come from a far country. Now then, make a covenant with us. Joshua made peace with them and made a covenant with them to let them live. And the leaders of the congregation swore an oath to them. The Gibeonites knew they couldn't defeat the Israelites in battle. Instead, they used the one language logic in a different way. Total narrative unity. The valley of dry bones, unity as the breath of life. Ezekiel 37, 4-6, 10, 12. Again. He said to me, prophesy over these bones, and say to them, you dry bones, hear the word of the Lord. This is what the Lord God says to these bones. Behold, I am going to make breath enter you, so that you may come to life. And I will attach tendons to you, make flesh grow back on you, cover you with skin, and put breath in you so that you may come to life. And you will know that I am the Lord. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath entered them, and they came to life and stood on their feet, an exceedingly great army. Therefore prophesy and say to them, this is what the Lord God says. Behold, I am going to open your graves and cause you to come up out of your graves, my people, and I will bring you into the land of Israel. God tells Ezekiel to prophesy to the bones. First, they come together physically, but they are just bodies. It isn't until the breath or spirit enters them all at once that they stand up. Scattered, they are dead. Physically together, they are just corpses. But once they share the same breath, they become a vast army. True power doesn't just come from being in the same place. It comes from having the same internal life force or purpose. The Nehemiah reconstruction, unified labor, Nehemiah 4:19-20. Nehemiah said, the work is extensive and spread out. Whenever you hear the sound of the trumpet, join us there. When Nehemiah returned to rebuild the walls of Jerusalem, he faced constant threats from enemies. He organized the people with a very specific communication strategy. Every worker built the wall with one hand and held a weapon in the other. They were spread out, but they had a trumpet signal system. By creating a way for the people to instantly communicate and move as one body, a small, tired group of refugees rebuilt the massive walls of a city in just 52 days, a feat that seemed impossible to their enemies. Unstoppable force, the story from the Tower of Babel, when humans use this unstoppable force for their own glory, it often leads to disaster. But when it is used for a purpose aligned with God, like Nehemiah or the apostles at Pentecost, it allows humans to do things that defy logic. God of wisdom and power in unity, today I stand on the truth that isolation is weakness, but unified communication is an unstoppable force. I recognize the patterns of the Gibeonites' consistency, the dry bones' shared breath, and Nehemiah's synchronized labor. Grant me the power of a unified story, so that my life speaks with one clear, consistent voice that the world cannot ignore. Let the same spirit that breathed life into the valley of bones breathe into my scattered projects and disconnected ideas, standing them up as a vast, organized army. Teach me that it is not enough to just be busy. I must be aligned. Like Nehemiah, let me work with a tool in one hand and a weapon in the other, always listening for the trumpet of your guidance. May I understand that when I move as one with your purpose, Time collapses and walls are rebuilt in record speed. In God, I offer 10,000 worships today,